1, 2. No, I can't do it. I can only teach poetry recitation. It takes a Sean McGuire to live it, am I right? Yeah. Okay. Ooh, my girl Ellie is only not even 2 years old yet, and she's learning that one word can have two meanings, like okay. So if I try to change her cartoon to the NBA Finals or something, she'll say, okay. No ball. But if I ask her if she wants to read The Runaway Bunny with a strawberry bar or something, she'll give me an okay. Except not that deep, that was weird. But if I do a dance to the opening credits of one of her favorite cartoons, what do you think?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. One word, two opposite meanings. But you don't want to hear Ellie Bean stories. I don't actually know why you asked me to speak tonight, but I'm glad you did. I wasn't done talking yet. I definitely wanted to get up here and tell you that life is a journey. On a freeway at night, perhaps, and you're so entrenched with your Arcade Fire song that you miss your turnoff and you wanted, I don't know, In-N-Out or something, you're really hungry, and the next exit is 7 miles away, and so now you're on a 14-mile loop, and you hit the gas pedal to race through those 14 miles, and yet you look in the rearview mirror and you feel like you're driving away from In-N-Out, even faster the more you hit the gas pedal, and so you slow down to stay near your In-N-Out, or at least drive away from it less efficiently, and then you find you're also driving toward your double-double just as slowly. You know, you gotta go on a loop. So this is called a paradox, and this is life. Going both away and towards your point of departure. Just like you've always been, you've been traveling in circles your whole life. You will be traveling in circles your whole life. From home to school and back, home to work and back. If you're lucky, maybe home to Hawaii and back. If you're brave, then maybe from home to Afghanistan and back. Even circles like going from reality to a good book and back to reality. You're going to be going on a lot of circles. And always, but particularly now, at a time which is so undeniably the end and beginning of dramatic circles, there will be some intellectual and emotional confusion. Are you leaving from or going to? Are you leaving school, leaving a home, leaving a place of normalcy and love? Or are you going to school or already starting a journey back to home, already returning to a place of love? And how are you supposed to feel? If you love where you are, you might feel guilty or wrong in departing. And if you're happy to be departing, you might feel like you're betraying your home. Your parents might be so happy for you while they're crying, and it might be weird. There's a simple, primitive part of us that struggles with this paradox. There's a simple, primitive part of us that never, ever likes driving away from an In-N-Out under any circumstances, unless they hate cheeseburgers in the first place. But you seniors, I've noticed, have learned the joys of deconstruction, to revel in the word both, to happily go away from and towards your destination, both. Was that a 14 miles of frustrating detour, or was it the destination itself, just anywhere out of the house listening to your music? The answer is both. Did you use a car to get to school, or did you get through school to get back to your car? Both. Do you occasionally interrupt my lectures, or do my lectures interrupt your life? Both. And do interruptions disrupt something occasionally worthy and beautiful, or is the point of all forms and patterns to provide the possibility of sweet and spontaneous interruptions? Some people might say the answer is A, not B, and you're below proficient. But actually, the answer is both. Yeah. Are we still tigers or not really anymore? Both. Do normal people have problems, or do hot girls have problems too? But sometimes we need the poets to unravel these paradoxes. Am I serious or kidding? Both. Does your family love you with everything they have, or do they want you to get out of the house? Well, they probably love you. Sometimes the answer is love. And some of them would like you to get out of the house. Not now, but soon. Tryon Edwards once wrote, "Between two evils, choose neither. Between two goods, choose both." And yet I cannot leave you going in circles thinking that's all there is. Sometimes both is wise and poetic, and other times it's circular. George Orwell wrote, "We cannot forget, water is wet, stones are hard." And some of you have probably thought that the 14-mile detour was an annoying 14-mile detour. You missed your exit, fool, you might be saying. Don't talk your way out of this. You wasted 14 miles to get back to the same place. If you want to just go in circles, you just should have joined the golf team or something. You might say that, I wouldn't. You might say that, but Parker Irving would tell you that if you come back to the clubhouse as a better person, then it's not a meaningless circle. I would say it's a spiral, returning to the same place, which is now elevated. Our championship girls track team and our county championship runners can tell us they often return to the starting line, now called the finish line, which has magically become a different, more elevated place. The league champion baseball players can tell you when they return home, the whole team is literally put in a better place. And when you make your destination both your place of departure and an elevated place of being, then you made that circle a spiral, and now instead of every forward step absurdly bringing you closer and further away from your home, now every single stride is a step upwards. Every single step. Whether your starting point is San Luis Obispo or the heaven of God, whether your path is spiritual, mental, or physical, or all three, when you decide to leave and come home in an elevated state, then you are on a spiral, and every step is up. How does one do this? Well, I'll give you one last pseudo-paradoxical, possibly mixed metaphor, which, if nothing else, is a pretty awesome stat.